Good morning, traders. It's Trader Rob. Today is Tuesday, August 13th. Let's build on a profitable Monday yesterday. Let's see if we can continue on this. Let's just call it a new green week. Remember, we're trying to win a trade. We're trying to win the day. Trying to win as many days as you can to win the week. And you try to win as many weeks as you can to win the month. You win the month, try to win a few more months, you win the quarter, and hopefully you can win the year. That's the way I approach trading. Let's get into it right after the intro. As always, nothing that I state on my channel is financial advice. Trading futures or any type of trading is risky business. Any capital that is put out there is at risk for loss. All right, so it took about $300 yesterday in profits based on the morning strategies. Didn't take a levels trade, or there was no 15-minute Rob reversal yesterday. I believe yesterday we had a bunch of setups. Let's see if I can. There we go. We had a bunch of setups yesterday, but our rules and conditions for this 15-minute Rob reversal kept us out of a lot of a pretty choppy market, which I think in general, even though it didn't take a trade yesterday, we didn't take a setup, I think it helped navigate that market pretty well yesterday. Like I said, took all three morning session trades in my morning strategies, and well, let's just jump into them. Let's jump into them now. So starting with oil, oil session one kind of has continued its very poor performance for August. We got activated into the short, quickly reversed on us. Small trade, it was 11 ticks, took a $111 loss there. Oil session two, we got activated into the short. A little bit larger trade, about 19 ticks. I actually think mine was closer to 20 ticks yesterday. I had about 1 or 2 ticks of slippage, and that one went to full take profit. Now, yes, it was a beautiful trade, but there you were definitely had some heat right off the beginning of this trade. So ultimately it worked out in my favor. So this actually brought me into some profit yesterday, and gold came in, and so gold and oil session two have been doing really well for August. Again, I put my stats. If you join my Discord, which is 100% free, you'll see I've got a channel built in there for stats. So I've got the monthly stats, and then for the current month that we are in, I update the stats every single Friday for that week. And like I said, oil session two and gold has been a bright spot for August. We get activated into the long based off of this 805, 810 inside bar. Full take profit, 21 ticks, and that is what got us to $300 yesterday in the green. As I stated, no 15-minute Rob reversals. We've had a bunch of setups, a lot more setups than we normally would have in that first week of August, and the actual performance of the strategy has not been good, but during those 4 days of extreme high volatility on the NQ, the actual strategy was catching the moves the right way, so it was catching direction very well. It's just that even with that 35-point stop and 35-point take profit, it still was not big enough to to have a fighting chance. Like I said, it captured the direction of the trend and the market very well, but the performance still the strategy performance still suffered because of that extreme high volatility. So that is just something obviously to note if you are trading the 15-minute Rob reversal. And if we take a look at our levels for this morning, this is on the NQ. We had news this morning that pushed the markets up pretty high. We've got a 15-minute level above us at 18,911. We've got a 5-minute level at 18,699. Another 15-minute level at 658. 15-minute level at 605. another 15-minute level at 541. And then if we work on our 5-minute levels, like I said, we already got one at 699, 620, and 18,570. As far as some possible trade setups for this morning, I could see something very much looking like this. So we enter in on a long at the 5-minute level at 18,620. You've got a stop loss below you at 605, which is a 15-minute. I really like that. Obviously, you want to put your stop a little bit below that, and then just retarget this 15-minute level at 658. So that is the NQ. On the ES, obviously, this was a level here that we had from yesterday, 5408, never got tapped into. And you can see that on the news spike, pretty much tapped right into that 15-minute level at 5408 and respected it pretty well. Another 15-minute level at 5372, 5360, and 5352. Our 5-minute levels are 5380, 5368, 66, and 55. Pretty similar setups here. I would say this might be maybe a little bit more like a very short scalp right here, or you could even target right up here at the 5308. So getting in at 5368, stop loss below you at 5366, pretty tight stop. And again, you can either target the 5372, which would be a very small scalp, probably a 1-to-1 risk to reward, maybe a little tiny better than that, or retarget the 5-minute level at 5380 and obviously increase your risk to reward. And then the same, very similar style setup right down here. Target to go long at 5355. You've got a 15-minute stop loss at 5352. And retarget this 15-minute level at 5360. That would give you probably about a 5-point take profit with a very small stop loss of about 3, so maybe a 1.5 risk to reward on that trade. As always, if you're interested in trading any of my strategies, the link in my description has got a link that shows a very detailed explanation of my rule and condition-based trading strategies. And I highly suggest to join the Discord. It's an awesome group of very like-minded individuals that are trading these strategies each and every morning. Tons of value, tons of help on there. And again, completely free. So if you guys stick around in the next few minutes, you're going to see all of my trades for today and the recap at the end of the day. See you guys in a little bit.
Order canceled.
All right, and here is our first trade of the morning, which is in gold. We do get activated here into the long based on that green inside bar. Stop loss goes at the bottom of the of your source bar, which is 250. It was $250 or 25 ticks of stop, so that's what we're looking for. Take profit. I mean, right there, we get the absolute perfect push that we are always looking for out of these morning inside bar strategies. And it literally came right to the tick of our full take profit and did not get us filled there. And so at that point, once we have 70% or more in take profit, I like to reduce my risk down to 50%, which is what I did on this trade. And thought we would get another push to hopefully flirt with that take profit again. But sellers came. This was just an absolute brutal trade. I mean, I honestly was counting the money before it was even in my pocket. Terrible.
Stop filled. Order canceled.
All right, and here is our trade this morning in oil session 1, which has been not doing very well, to say the least, in August. Giving it this entire week of trades to kind of see if that might be a session that I might need to shelf. We do get pushed down into a short, and we had some decent momentum out of that inside bar there. That looked like it was almost it was a doji candle there, but still an inside bar, and we start to see sellers stepping in, feeling really good, about to reduce my stop there by 50%.
Feeling pretty damn good about this trade. We get another strong push right here. I mean, again, just like oil. I'm sorry, just like gold. I had honestly already almost counted this as a win, and I think we came maybe about 2 ticks away there from full take profit. And once I see that rejection candle and reversal candle, I pretty much, the writing's on the wall on this trade. And unfortunately, buyers stepped in pretty damn hard and knocked me out. The unfortunate part is that after they knock me out, they go right back to my TP.
Stop filled. Order canceled.
All right, there's actually a lot of stuff going on in this trade. This is oil session 2. I unfortunately get activated into the short right on, I mean, that fill was nasty, and right to the tick, and I was in pretty much, I was in the red, like right from the entry. So that was a little bit unfortunate there. That's for damn sure. And well, you can't really see it, but there's a 15-minute Rob reversal that pretty much was activating at the same time. So I ended up having to turn off that strategy so I would still be able to trade oil session 2, so I wouldn't go over my contract limit on the funded account. And that ended up burning me because the 15-minute Rob reversal, now I do know, ended up working. And still ended up taking a loss in oil session 2. I know a lot of traders took this to the long and ended up winning this one, but it's just kind of how the day went today for me. That's for sure. Wait for the recap.
Stop filled.
Well, just an abysmal day of trading. I mean, I could honestly say that today, August 13th, might have been one of the worst trading days that I've had in probably a year. Legitimately. I think it was down about $600 today. And it's not necessarily even about the dollar amount that I was in the red. It was how those trades, how the trades actually, how they kind of came to their finality. It was brutal. It was absolutely brutal. Well, you guys just watched the video, at least on the morning strategies. Let's get into it. Where do we start? Let's start with the morning strategies. I'll talk about the 15-minute Rob reversal. I'll talk about the levels, and then we'll kind of go from there. Let's start with gold. Gold, we got activated into the long. Okay, your original stop would go at right here. Would go to your source bar at 24 ticks. Okay, now on this chart, it even looks like it hit its profit target. And honestly, when we were in that trade and we got that spike up, I honestly thought that my profit target was hit as well. Obviously, I didn't hear the target hit sound that Ninja always puts out. It's the greatest sound in the world. And, obviously on that move, I reduced my risk down to 12 ticks. And then that sucker reversed all the way down and knocked me out for a 50% reduction. So that was about a $120 loss that I had honestly pretty much I had already practically taken that money out of the market and put it into my pocket. And the market said, no, Rob, sorry, buddy, not today. So that one stung. But it gets even better because we then get a setup in oil session 1, which is right here off of this inside bar. Kind of hard to see. It's not colored because it's kind of a doji, but inside bar. And we got activated into the short. And again, this sucker came 2 ticks away from full take profit. Reduced my risk down in half again. So I think brought it down to 9 ticks. wicks out, knocks me out, and then goes straight to my take profit. So yes, here, if you were sticking at your original 19 ticks 1-to-1, you hit full take profit. So that one really hurt, and it just keeps getting better because so I had many people on Discord, some of them that are trading the ninja strategy that automatically takes the trades. That's still programmed for 1-to-1, and if you're not manually reducing your risk to 50%, obviously you hit full take profit. There was actually some people in gold that got full take profit. They got filled on that wick, which I did not. And then right here, oil session 2, we get a inside bar at 9:30, close 9:35. This thing came right to the tick of our entry, so I know some people still have a 1 tick offset, and they would have taken full take profit on that one very easily. I obviously did not. So, I mean, if you can look at it, it's like it's almost 3 inside bars in a row, and then there's your move. So just a very it was a series of unfortunate events that obviously occurred. So at this point, I think I was down, I want to say 4 something. And then it gets even better because the Robsal took a trade to the long that I had to deactivate because it was right as oil session 2 was setting up. And deactivated it. Honestly, I thought that this had hit full take profit because I looked at this. I want to check this again one more time in market replay through NinjaTrader, because to me this honestly looked like it did hit full take profit. It did go lower, but that was before the entry. So I think that, and I've seen this happen a few times where it gets an incorrect. I could be wrong. I was a little bit more. I was paying more attention on oil session 2. And I was kind of scrambling to turn this sucker off so that I wouldn't have an error getting into oil session 2. So again, if this would have been a loss, granted, it would have saved me I got 2 micros on here, so $140. So that just would have compounded. But I really think that this would have hit. Because, I mean, again, look, I mean, it's catching these moves beautifully all month long. It's been catching the moves beautifully. And it's been tough. It's been really tough. And then on the levels, let's take a look at the levels here. I mean, talk about an absolute rip in the market. The market today moved, God, that's got to be at least 400 to 500 points. Never hit my setup that I had down here. And what was even more unfortunate was if I take a look at the setups that I had marked off on the ES, which would have been right here, these suckers came probably 1.5 points away from, from a great entry. And remember, I was even talking about in the beginning part of the video, you can either target here for a very small scalp, probably a 1-to-1 risk to reward, or you target this 5-minute level. I mean, go replay the earlier part of the video. I mean, that was the exact setup that I was looking for, and it just did never hit. And you got some really good rejections off the levels. Even this rejection here off of the news, then kind of came right back up, and I mean, you could see how it respects these levels extremely well. And to be honest with you, I didn't even mark much over 54.21. I honestly was not anticipating that huge of a move, but it was what it is. And I did end up taking a levels trade on the ES, and I think I lost maybe 3.5 points on that one. And to be honest with you, it was just a dumb trade because I put a very, very tight stop, and the trade ended up working in my favor. It was a long, and obviously longs today probably did extremely well. And I would have hit my full take profit, but
it is what it is, man. I mean, some days you're gonna have days like this, but it's a punch to the face. It's exactly what it is, and I'm not immune to it. So I'm hoping that we can. Hoping tomorrow. I'm gonna be live tomorrow. I said it. I'm gonna be live tomorrow, Wednesday, 8 a.m. Join the stream. Let's see if we can get. If I can get 200 people on that stream tomorrow, not viewing it, because we get way more than that, but actually people in the chat. That's what I like to talk to people. I like the conversation to go. I like hearing questions. I know there's some YouTubers out there that get super annoyed at their chat. And I'm sure they've been doing it a lot more time than I have, and they probably get very repetitive questions, but that's kind of my spirit of, in helping, learn the strategy and answering obviously any questions that I can have. So I encourage you to join me tomorrow on the stream. That would be awesome. Again, Wednesday, the 14th, 8 a.m. So about 30 minutes before the market opens. Probably should have taken a look to see let's see what the news is tomorrow. So tomorrow's the 14th. We should have, oh boy. Tomorrow we've got CPI at 7:30. We've got oil inventory at 9:30. It's going to be a busy morning. It's going to be a very, very, very busy morning. I thought we had, wait, let me just make sure I'm reading this right. Yeah, US CPI data tomorrow. We had PPI. I was wondering, I'm like, wait a second, didn't we just have that today? I'm like, no, it was PPI. So we're going to have some high impact news. And honestly, to be perfectly frank with you, it's tough trading the levels on high impact news days like CPI, PMI, FOMC days. I mean, obviously those spikes that hit, especially the 7:30 a.m. spikes, they kind of run through a bunch of levels and kind of create a little bit of chaos in the morning. So we'll see. We'll see if we can navigate them. And I've already said it. If I'm not green tomorrow, I'm going to switch my schedule going forward. I'm going to either be jumping on Tuesday morning or Thursday morning, one of those two, because I just I got to break that. I got to break that cycle somehow. So, and I think that's my only way. And people might make fun of me for it. I don't care. It's what I feel. So with that, I will see you guys tomorrow. Happy trading, everyone.